Hello and welcome to Physics Problems 1 by 1.
So here is a problem. As always, read it, maybe once, maybe twice, and then pause the video and try to solve it yourself.
Today I will give you a little bit 101 about math. Basic math, basic algebra skills that are required to be fluent and to understand what I am talking about. It's very simple math, but nevertheless I'd like to cover some topics because I'm afraid that you may be losing me, and just give you a couple quick clips about this. For example, you have to be absolutely fluent to do this. You have to be fluent to say that multiply this by this is AC plus B multiplied by C plus A multiplied by D and plus BD. You have to be absolutely fluent with this transformation. Likewise, you can take from here and factor things out. For example, we can factor from here the things with A and the things with B. So if the things with A, we put them together, AC plus AD plus BC plus BD. Then we're factoring A from here, and we have C plus D. C plus D. Because if we multiply this by this, we will have AC multiply this by this. AD, we will have AD. From here, we're factoring out B. B, so if we multiply it by C, we get this. And if we have C plus D, we will B multiplied by D, we get this. But then we look on this and we see that this is a common multiplier. So we can factor this out. C plus D, and here would be A, because if we multiply this by this, we get this, plus B. And we have this. And of course there are many other ways we can factor this. If we see C common denominator and D common multiplier, and then we will have different way. But you have to be absolutely fluent in that kind of transformation. If there is A minus B multiplied by C minus D, you have to be absolutely fluent to do the same thing. AC, okay, then we're multiplying minus B. Multiplying minus B on C, and minus come here. Then we have A multiplied by, and minus is here. And then we have B and D, and we have plus BD. And you have to do it absolutely fluently, and then you can see, for example, we can do AC and AD, or we can combine this AC and this BC, this AD and this BD. We can combine them, and here we see C is a factoring thing. So it would be A, and here would be B. So with C multiplied by A we get this, and C multiplied by B will get that, and this is those two. And then we have plus, and we have D. D is a common thing, and what's left? Minus A. And you have to be very fluent with this signs. So if I multiply D by A, it would be AD, and the sign would be negative. And here D is out, so it would be B, right? And then you should see that this is C, A minus B, and here B minus A, but B minus A is the same like minus in front. It would be A minus B, because if we multiply minus here, we will get exactly like this. And then again you should be able to see this bracket A minus B is a common multiplier, and from the first we will have C, and from the second we have D, and we again came to this thing. So you have to be absolutely fluent with this and understand this, and I suggest the only thing for you to do it, solve the problems like, for example, 5 minus x multiplied by 3 plus y. And you can invent those and you can check them, and you have to be absolutely fluent. 5 by 3 would be 15, right? Minus 3x, because I multiplied this by this. Then plus 5 by y, and then minus xy. You have to do those examples yourself, and you have to do a lot of those. And you have to do a lot of those and verify them one way and then back to what you get. The very important thing is a plus b squared. You have to be very fluent in the formula, in the final result, but also how to derive it. Because I always prefer the method how to derive it, how to deduce it, how to prove it, instead of memorizing the end formula. But this is very simple. A plus b multiplied by a plus b. This is the definition of the squared. Squared means multiply by itself. A by a would be a squared. B by a would be ba. Plus a by b would be ab, which is exactly the same like this, because it doesn't matter how I write. 2 multiplied by 3 or 3 multiplied by 2, it would be 6. So it doesn't matter in which order we write this. And the last, b by b, b squared. b by b is b squared. So it would be a squared plus 2. So ab is banana and ab is banana. So it's 2ab, or it is ba is an apple and then b is an apple. So it's 2 apples. 2 identical things, plus b squared. So the moment you see this, you should immediately come to this. And how you will prove that this is this? Well, you will do all the things in reverse order. So for example, you say a squared plus ab plus ab plus b squared. It's nothing. Again, I wrote two lemons, it's 1 lemon and 1 lemon. And that's it. And then you combine those and you take a out. And if you take a out, you have a plus b. Right? And then you have those two, and you take b out. And what's left from this is a, what left from this is b. Then you have a plus b is the common thing, and you put a plus b, and what's left from this a, and what left from this is b. And so you came to a plus b squared, because this is definition of squared. All right. And of course, if you see 3 squared plus 4 squared, sorry. And of course, if you have a minus b squared, what it is? It's exactly the same thing, only here is a minus b, and here is a minus b, and we open the brackets, we say a multiplied by a is a squared, a multiplied by minus b is minus ab, minus b multiplied by a is minus ba, minus b by minus b is plus. So it's minus by minus, it's become plus. Okay, 2 apples, because it's 1 apple and another apple, only in this case the sign is 2. 2ab plus b squared. You have to remember this formula. You remember this, that it is this. And when you see this, you combine this into this. And if you don't remember, you always prove it. Or for example, you can say 5 minus x. Write yourself, invent those formulas and write them. And you should come immediately to 25 minus 2 multiplied by 5 minus multiplied by x, because 2 multiplied by 5 plus x squared. and this would become 25 minus 10x plus x squared. Do those expressions do different letters, like y minus 2 squared? Why don't you do that? It's very simple. It's this squared minus 2 multiplied by y and multiplied by 2. And then this would be plus 2 squared. And then you have y squared minus 4y plus 4. And if you see this, you should be able to see that 4 is 2 squared and this is 2 by 2 and come to this. And it comes only with practice, but this is the thing that you should be able to do. Right? This is like transformations. Another transformations that comes to mind is a squared minus b squared. And you should remember that immediately this is a minus b multiplied by a plus b. You can prove it from here to here, but let's prove from this side. Let's first open this brackets. We will have a squared minus ba, I multiply this by this, minus ba is here, plus a by b would be ab, and b by b would be b squared, but minus only one minus, so we have minus b squared. Those two guys are gone, and we have a squared minus b squared, right? But let's see how we want to prove it. We prove it from this way to this way, from here. But if we want to do from here, this is a trick. And this is a trick if you think it's here. So I say a squared, I add ab, and I plus ab. Those things that I cancelled out. And minus b squared. Nothing changes. I take this, a squared minus b squared, and in the middle I added ab and subtracted ab. So nothing changed. But now I can combine those two and I can combine those two. If I combine those two, a is out. And it would be a minus b. And indeed, if I multiply this by this, I receive a squared minus a by b would be a by b. And from here, of course, I take b out. And it will be a minus b. Right? And so, ba is this, b by b squared, and minus because this is only one minus. Okay, so what's now? We have a minus b should go out. From the first we have a, from the second we have b. And this is exactly the formula that we needed to prove. And of course this may be you should see, for example, if somebody tells you 25 minus 16. Oh, of course you can tell it's 9, right? 25. But if there is a bigger number, 25 minus 16 equal 5 squared minus 4 squared. 5 squared minus 4 squared equals 5 minus 4 multiplied by 5 plus 4 equals 5 minus 4 is 1. 1 multiplied by 9 equal 9. It's the same thing. But this is a little bit trick to this. So if we take this triangle, and this would be 5, this would be 4, what would be this? Well, we know Pythagoras theorem. We know x squared plus 4 squared equals 5 squared, right? And of course we know that x squared equals 5 squared minus 4 squared. And from here we know that x squared equals 9 and x equals 3. So this is 3, this is like very famous triangular 3, 4 and 5. And it's all come together, but basically the main thing that I wanted in this 101 thing, I don't want to overwhelm you with everything. I do a couple more clips on math and what we need and how we need, but I need you to be able to open this by this. This is A, this is B, this is X, this is Y, this is minus, this is plus, and I want you to be able to fluently open brackets. I want to remember the formula A plus B squared equals. I want to remember the formula A minus B squared equals. And I want to remember A squared minus B squared equals A minus B multiplied by, okay, I will write it here, A plus B. So basically, all I wanted is those things for you to know, be fluent, don't be scared, because we will be using those in physics, those transformations. It's not complex, it's nothing complex. It's just very simple, it's basic things. You should know, you should practice. If you're comfortable memorizing, memorize those. If you're not comfortable memorizing, remember the method. If you remember the method, it's like fishing rod. I can give you a fishing rod and teach you how to fish, and you will be fed for life. So this is the same with the concept. You have a concept, it's like a tool. So try to remember this, and next time I give you some other little tips on basic math. Thank you, subscribe, bell, like, question, problem. See you next time. Thank you, bye.